I'm Sue, and I'm getting ready for your bridal appointment. I just read over your style quiz, and I see that you have more guests that are in your quiz that are going to be able to fit in the room that you've reserved. So I'm making a video, that way I can talk with you, because there's more to it than just moving you to another room. One thing I want to go over is having a conversation with you about how confident you are in finding your dress in this appointment, because I'm going to collect additional funds from you to reserve our largest room to accommodate your group. But I don't want you to do that if it's going to create pressure, stress, or just make you feel like you have to purchase a dress from me in this appointment, because that is not the goal. I am not in the business of collecting deposits and retainers and then never seeing you again. I want to make sure that the brides who are booking with me, whether it's the lowest retainer or the highest, the biggest room, the smallest room, whatever it is, even if you're doing alterations with me, that you're only booking with me because you are seeing me as an answer to how you want your dress journey to be. You can go to any store, and a lot of them will not charge you anything. And a lot of stores allow big groups, and they don't charge the retainer that I do. The reason mine is high and I'm making myself different is because I offer something very unique. My process, after 20 years, I'm not a new store. This is not a new thing that I just decided to start offering. I specifically want to offer something completely different in the market because I'm a seamstress first, and that's how I got into this business. I started out in my garage sewing, and then I just ended up in a bridal salon. I get a lot of brides that come to me that think it's just a normal appointment, and they have other appointments the same day, the same weekend, and this is not going to be a good fit, because when you pay this much money to reserve a room, you want to be paying that because you're like, this is the place. Sue is the person. And my process is research based. So before we even meet, there will be all these things that we cover, like your measurements that you'll send me, shipment that I need to bring in, your style photos. We'll have a planning phone call. We'll basically have an appointment before you even get here. And when you get here, your name is on the dresses. I have the vision. I also know the family dynamics and the group and all the things that could be happening behind the scenes that can impact your experience. So I make sure everything is ready, and then I'm ready to make suggestions based on you not knowing exactly what you want until you see the dresses on. I know you have an idea, and you probably have a direction you want to go, whether you're going fitted or flowy, or like the type of detail and aesthetics that you like. And then I can really create a Stitch Fix situation for you based on just a few factors. It's really crazy. But the one factor I cannot change is whether you're the exploratory bride, or maybe someone in your group is like, that would be crazy to go to one store and find your dress easily in one place. If you're that bride, this is not for you. I'm not for you. My process is for the bride that's like, oh, that would be amazing, to do the research before I get there with the person that is going to work with me, and that person can pin things for me in real time, and I'm not just like guessing on a whim. So if that's you and you're this bride that's like, yeah, save me from having to spend any other Saturdays looking for my dress, I want to find it in one place in one day and make it easy and special, then the deposit that you'll need to book this room won't scare you. You're not going to be like, uh-oh, that's an additional $100 that I could lose, because you're not looking at it like that. You're looking at like, well, I'm going to find my dress there, and this is the person that's going to help me, and I'm going to do the research with her first. So that's just more funds that I'm putting towards my dress. If there's anything in your style quiz that I feel like could be a red flag that would keep you from having a stress-free special experience, I'll definitely let you know. So one thing is, if you feel like your group's decision is more important than yours, and their voice and their validation for you is more important than your own voice, you're going to struggle with my process. You want to make sure you come into this with your group supporting you, or just allow them to make the decision for you. You kind of have to choose one or the other. You're going to be like the bride that's like, yeah, I'm going to let them make the decision, or I'm going to make the decision and I need them to support me. So that needs to be clear before you come in. Another thing is price. You want to make sure you know how much you want to invest into your dress, and that you're not trying to get a dress that's like super, like let's say you're trying to get a $5,000 look, but you want to get it under 2,000. We want to make sure that it's reasonable, that you can do what you want to do. So you have to, if this is your first time ever and you're trying to do something like that takes a little bit of work, like give and take work, then you may need to go to other appointments to explore, to know that what is out there is what you're thinking, and that will make this experience so much better when you don't have FOMO of like, well, what if I could have found it cheaper or better out there? So that's more of the exploratory bride. So those are some things that can help you have the best experience. Is first, you have to decide, am I the exploratory bride, or is anyone in my group going to push me going that direction? If so, I don't think that this is going to serve you well. You're going to end up losing funds that you could have been putting towards your dress. But if you are that bride that's wanting to be one and done, you're looking for a one-stop shop, you would love to work with a store that has a tested process that is unique, then this is definitely for you. And what we will do is you'll complete your style quiz, you'll send me inspo photos, and then I just need your measurements really quick. And then in that quiz, I ask so many questions because I don't want anything to go wrong. And in my years of serving brides, I know that there's nothing in there that I'm going to miss. I have so much success with my brides because my process, my forms, my questions that I ask are tested, they're detailed, and it helps me to ensure that you have an amazing experience and there's no stress for you, for me, for your group. You can come in and know that as long as you are this bride that's ready and hoping and waiting for a one-stop shop experience, you will have that. Okay, well, I wanted to have this conversation face to face because it is about some, sensitive topics, and this is not about trying to make you a bride that's this direction or this direction. It's about saying, hey, there are different types of ways that are successful, but you have to decide which way you want to go. And let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, all right, see you soon.